Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi has made a move that's raising eyebrows, not just across opposition benches, but inside his own party. His decision to appoint the economic freedom fighter Nkululeko Dunga as MEC for Finance has drawn criticism from the ANC's own youth and veterans leagues, as well as from parties such as the Democratic Alliance and Freedom Front Plus. Their alliance partner, SANCO, is also not happy. So the question is, why would Lesufi take such a politically costly decision? Because in a Gauteng legislature, this may not have been a choice at all, but a necessity to keep the African National Congress in power, at least for now. Hello everyone, welcome back to Joe Talks Politics. I am your host, Joseph Musia. Let's get right into it. The ANC's Ekurhuleni Mayor Nkosipindile Xhakaza removed Dunga as Finance MMC in 2024, citing poor performance and the need to fast-track the passage of the budget. The city of Ekurhuleni failed to pass its budget more than once, while Dunga was in that position. This created a serious governance risk because municipalities are legally required to pass budgets on time. Xhakaza made it clear, removing Dunga was meant to restore control over the budget process and fast-track its approval. Now here's where it gets interesting. Panyaza Lesufi was both Gauteng Premier and ANC provincial chairperson at the time, which means he would have been aware, if not directly involved in those developments. If he disagreed with the mayor's position, he never said so publicly. And yet today he has appointed the same individual to oversee an even bigger budget at provincial level. That sends two powerful messages. The first is there is serious misalignment within ANC structures. The second is that the EFF demanded its pound of flesh, and the ANC had little room to refuse. Either way, the result is the same. There are growing rumblings inside the party. In a statement, the ANC Veterans League said it was dismayed that the Premier is entrusting a 179 billion rand budget to someone who was removed in Ekurhuleni amid concerns over financial performance and compliance. The League went further, warning that this decision offers little comfort to residents who expect stability and proper governance. It even invoked the ANC's own coalition framework adopted by the NEC in 2023, which states that coalitions must be guided by principles that put the interests of the people first. But the Veterans League is relatively restrained when compared to the ANC's alliance partner, the South African National Civic Organization. Not being bound by internal party discipline, SANCO has gone further, calling for Lesufi himself to be removed.
SANCO cannot be reduced as the campaign machinery, Iman. We've been calling about this reconfiguration of the alliance for more than 30 years since democracy. That document was drafted by the Communist Party 20 years back. That is why today you see the Communist Party have pulled out of this ANC. And our forces, our machinery, as the ANC cannot even get into the door-to-door, get into the family and try to campaign for the ANC. There are other areas where the ANC cannot access those communities. We as SANCO were able to get into the families and convince them to vote for the African National Congress on the basis that we will be a watchdog and making sure that we keep them closely. We monitor them for any corruption activities that they are doing, for any misbehavior that they are doing. SANCO will be there as their mouthpiece. Now, because of now we've been engaging with this matter through the alliance partnership, it seems as if our demand or request falls into deaf ears. Therefore, it will affect even our forces to make sure that our forces, when we say you don't campaign for the African National Congress until we are resolving this matter, because of we are human beings, we've got people to take care of,
Right.
We've got kids, we've got family, and our entire community need to benefit out of the state. This revolution is not about one man or one faction, it's about all of the entire community.
All right. So you are not going to campaign for the ANC until?
We had a meeting previously with 9 provinces to say, but because of all of provinces, 9 provinces in the country, they've got issues. We are going to announce that until the ANC come to board and be able to resolve our issues that have been tabled for many years, we are not going to campaign for the ANC.
Okay.
Now, beyond the politics, there is a deeper concern here. There is a real and evidence-based fear about the EFF's reliability in government. In metros like Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni, the party has built a reputation for supporting governments without fully committing and then withdrawing that support at critical moments. Instability in this case is not accidental. It is a negotiating strategy. And that raises the fundamental question. Can you entrust a critical portfolio like finance to a party that treats coalitions as tactical tools rather than long-term partnerships? Even though Lesufi insists he has a national backing, one cannot ignore the timing. How much of this is about governing Gauteng today, and how much is about positioning ahead of the ANC's 2027 conference? Because even Lesufi knows the EFF is not a guaranteed long-term partner. Any moment, if Julius Malema has a political grievance elsewhere, Gauteng could become a bargaining chip. In the short term, though, Lesufi has achieved what he needed. The budget will pass. The government will survive. But the real question is this: what are the long-term consequences for the ANC? Can it afford to alienate its own alliance partners, especially with local government elections looming? The most critical consideration in all these machinations, however, should be the welfare of the voters who have no say in these developments but ultimately pay the price of failure. If this arrangement does not work for them, the parties concerned will most likely feel it at the ballot box. What do you think? Please leave your views in the comments section below. And please don't forget to like and share this episode if you enjoyed it. And even more importantly, please hit that subscription button. That was another episode of Joe Talks Politics. And from me, Joseph Musia, see you on the next one.